Welcome to Panda Tales. These stories are designed to accompany the SKINDEEP series. They will be about specific moments of the SKINDEEP saga that can be enjoyed at your leisure for additional context. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Episode 1. Kiddo and Me. I have always felt a special connection to my daughter. When we received the news of my ex being pregnant, I looked right at her and said, "It's a girl." Both my mom and ex doubted me, but 9 months later my kiddo was born. I stood next to her mother the whole time she was giving birth. The doctor gave me the honor of cutting her umbilical cord. It's crazy to think, but a year ago we weren't sure I can give her a child. Several doctors stated I had a blockage, so to me she's my miracle baby. After she was cleaned up, we both introduced ourselves. She was all swaddled up like a cozy cocoon. When her mother was occupied, the nurse laid her in the crib. I just sat and stared at this beautiful wonder before me. Rubbing her head gently, I could see her reactions to my touch. A couple years have passed and she has developed quite the adventurer spirit. She loved to run and have fun like most kids do. I saw the free spirit in her, the creative mind behind those eyes. When I wasn't working, I spent as much time as possible with her. I tried to do story time every night. I even used to be her own puppeteer to her stuffed animals and improv adventures they would go on. We would always end the night smiling. Unfortunately, not every day was a good day in our household. My ex started to grow impatient with our daughter when I wasn't around. Screaming and yelling started to be the norm. Then one day I came home from work to find my daughter and her mother in the bathroom. My daughter was standing in the shower fully dressed, while my ex was screaming at her and running ice-cold water over her. My kiddo was sobbing and shivering all because her mother lost her patience when our daughter wouldn't clean her room. She was only 3 years old. I handed our daughter a towel and told her mother to step outside the bathroom. I was extremely pissed off at what I just witnessed. I then told my ex that this will never happen again. From that point, I became my daughter's superhero. But even heroes fall. My kiddo is now going on 8 years old. She loves to draw, paint and create. She also picked up her love for comic book heroes from yours truly. Unfortunately, tension between her mother and I was rising. I was working a ton of hours to keep us afloat, but at home my ex became more demanding and controlling. I always did what she asked because I wanted to be in her good graces. More freedom to express myself was all I was after. After the divorce, I did everything to try and keep my kiddo in my life. She was noticing the changes I was going through. I spent years living a lie, and I wasn't about to lie to her as well. Without proper preparation or a support system to stand behind me, I made a crucial mistake by being honest. No matter what I did, my ex always added unwanted resistance. In her eyes, the person she knew was dead, and the only reason I was able to see my kiddo at all was because it was the law. As the years passed, the excuses stacked up. My ex limited my time with my kiddo because I lost my custodial rights, but we will touch on that subject in a future episode. It was always a tug of war. I had to fight my ex to see her on holidays and birthdays. This caused a major wedge to form between my daughter and I. I missed so many milestones in her life, graduating from 8th grade, track meets, volleyball games, even including choir and dance recitals. Despite my limited time with my kiddo, I always made sure to pay what was due to her. I wanted her to know that even though I wasn't able to be there physically, at least I was there financially to help. Yeah, it's not the same, but it's all I could do. By her 16th birthday, I was working close to 70 hours a week. My ex lived almost an hour away and refused to let me have her on the weekends. So to help compensate for my absence, I offered to help pay for her sweet 16. I was making decent money, and I wanted her to have an incredible time. My ex denied my help and told me I had better speak with our daughter. She wouldn't speak to me, allegedly, and my ex told me she was embarrassed of me, even though we had already established years ago that I would refer to myself as her auntie. This was a devastating blow. All I wanted was to spend time with her. Teach her about life, show her how to do amazing things with her hands, and develop a craft or a hobby together. All of this, because I chose to be free of the inner torment I faced most of my life. I've lost my daughter and now only saw her when she went to my mom's house. She was programmed to dismiss me as her father. It's been years since I've heard her call me dad. She's 18 now. I had hoped that now she was an adult we could reconnect. Unfortunately, I think the damage is already done. She wrote me a letter stating that she doesn't need me and that I should move on. So I will continue to pray that she comes back to me someday. Who knows? Maybe she will see this series and want to hear the whole story.